My favorite part about covering the World Cup is that you get to see and feel the excitement of the fans. So I started working on organizing the competition probably back in February or March, I would say. The biggest difficulty for us for the 4 channels was trying to cover all the teams that are important to our different channels. So we decided to go for France. That's the priority. Then the defending champions, the US, and also all the Latin American countries or Spanish-speaking countries for our Spanish channel.
Alors, juste, c'est pas un taxi, donc je veux juste qu'on mette tous les ceintures de sécurité. Aïe!
So the particularity of the team, the France 24 team covering the Women's World Cup this year was that it's an all-female team.
We get a lot of sometimes like things that people say like, oh, you're all women, you're covering this World Cup, but you sure you know about football?
Now, I wouldn't say that having an all-female team was important. Starting with just having women for the sake of having women, I would have been against it. In this case, we have a whole team of women who know what they're talking about, who have covered football or sports in the past, who are interested in the matter, who know what they're talking about, and I think that makes the difference. Organizing the logistics of covering this competition was a bit complicated because obviously you've got some games that you're going to cover, you're going to cover, so the group games are already scheduled, you know who's facing whom. The final, you know you're going to be at the final, but in between, because we were following France as a priority, we had to have several options because we didn't know if they were going to finish first in their group, second in their group.
You have to be ready all the time, I mean with your clothes, but also all the equipment that we have, you know, like all batteries that have to be charged all the time, for the camera, for the microphone.
And one of the problems was how excited the American fans were, and everywhere we went to cover the American game was a bit extra complicated to find hotels because the fans were coming in numbers.
USA!
The United States of America, they are the overwhelming favorites to hold on to their title.
I can tell you that here at Parc des Princes we actually felt somewhere in the USA and not in Paris.
Unfortunately, we don't have as much time to enjoy the actual game as we would if we were just there watching as opposed to reporting on it. So we all have our notebooks out. We write down what happens, the goal chances, goals, fouls, anything that happens that is significant in the game we have to write down so that we can give a little bit of color as opposed to just saying, you know, just giving a result, who scored, and things of that sort, which people can get anywhere online.
Bien sûr, avant chaque match, c'est aussi beaucoup de travail à domicile. Faut pas croire qu'on débarque comme ça. Ça y est, je vais faire des directs.
3 fois les Américaines ont gagné.
Et les deux dernières fois,
il y a eu un match nul
et une victoire de la Suède.
De la Suède, c'est ça. Ces Suédoises, elles ont sorti les Américaines en quart de finale lors des Jeux Olympiques de Rio en 2016, privant ainsi les Américaines d'un podium olympique pour la première fois de leur histoire.
I read a lot from all different kinds of news and from different countries. So for example, if I'm covering a match of France-Brazil, I read things on the French press, but also on the Brazilian press, because it's better, you know, like to have a wider approach to this.
I'm working and getting some info on tonight's game between the US and Sweden, preparing my lives.
We definitely end our day much later than the final whistle because one of us goes to the mix zone to get reactions from the players while the other ones are standing outside the stadium doing the first lives after the game to give the result, to give what happened in the match, and also to get some reactions from the fans who are walking out of the stadium. Now I have to record the papier enregistré so they can replay it overnight and in the morning. And then we're done!
C'est vrai qu'un mois comme ça de compétition, c'est assez fatigant, effectivement, parce que finalement, on bosse tard le soir, par exemple. On termine souvent à 1h, 2h du matin, donc le temps de rentrer chez nous, de se poser un petit peu, on se couche rarement avant 3h du matin.
I think that the crowd, the audiences have understood the importance of women's football that is actually very attractive. A lot of emotions, it's very exciting actually.
Moi ça va clairement rester gravé comme toutes les premières fois, j'ai envie de dire, surtout quand ça se passe bien. En plus c'est en France, ça aussi c'est plutôt chouette, une coupe à domicile. On arrive à rester objectif quand même, mais on espère, voilà, on se prend au jeu et c'est vraiment une très belle expérience.